Hi and welcome along to AFTV. Looking forward to the game today. Arsenal taking on Newcastle without the billions. They ain't got the billions to spend yet, right? So we need to get some wins in before they get that money, right? But no, it's a big game for Arsenal today. Looking to bounce back after the very disappointing result last week away to Liverpool, ending our unbeaten run. Chance now to start a new run going. And we're all eagerly awaiting to see what the starting 11 is going to be. Joining me, we've got Lee Judges, Turkish is in the building, and of course,
on time today.
On time, I can't believe it, man. This is twice.
We are time, my brother.
2 times recently he's been on time, man.
He was early the other day. He was early the other day.
I think you moved, didn't it? I reckon he's moved, man. He's moved there to Islington or something like that, you know what I mean? But no, looking forward to the game today, and is looking forward to what the team is going to be. It's going to be really interesting to see what team he goes with. Let me first of all jump with you, Lee. Of course, last week, you know, some of the young players made a few errors in there. Do you take a couple of them out today, or do you just stick with the same team? You know what I mean? Up until that game last week, that team's been serving us very well.
Yeah, it's very interesting because the two trains of thought. If you play Tierney today, you've got 2 games away from home against Manchester United and Everton, where you probably would like to see him involved in those 2 games. So there's a case for maybe leaving him out of this one and bringing him back for the next 2. I would personally bring him back today. Nothing against Tavares, but I just think that he is our number 1 left back. Where in the midfield, Sambi, I think should get another shout because Xhaka's still not available. So I think that's probably the way to go.
Near to fitness, apparently.
Near to fitness, you know what I mean? He's a miracle man, isn't he? He's a miracle man.
You know,
he is a machine.
But near to fitness. So.
But for the first time in about 3 or 4 weeks, all of a sudden the team lineup is. The people have started discussing it a little bit, where it's sort of, same team. Now there's a couple of little question marks being put against players, and one of them is up front.
Yeah, we have to get that right.
Yeah, up front, there was a lot of people questioning Aubameyang's performance last week. Does he start this game? He's got an outstanding record against Newcastle. I think it's one of them teams that he always scores against. And he has been scoring at home. But would you play him?
Yeah, I'd play him. I'd play him up top as well. I'd put him back up top.
You put him up top?
I'll put him back up top.
So Lacazette?
I'd put Lacazette back on the bench, and that's nothing against Lacazette, but it's nothing against Lacazette. Listen, we've got to sort this out now. We've had creativity issues from last season. We've had goal scoring problems from last season. It's rolled over to this season. A few weeks ago, we moved Oba from striker to left wing, and we put Lacazette there. Now, Lacazette brings something that Oba doesn't. Lacazette works hard. He wins free kicks. He wins penalties. He drops deep. He links up play well. But it hasn't helped our creativity, it hasn't helped our attack. Oba's got another year left on his contract after this season. So right now, as we sit here, I'd rather make sure Oba's working up top, we're getting goals, than not. I'd prefer to see Emile Smith-Rowe on the left with Odegaard coming back in the middle. So there is some changes I'd put in there.
The combination of Lacazette and Aubameyang is, you know...
It's not enough goals.
It didn't work last week.
It's not enough goals. That's our 2 experienced players. Last week against Liverpool, you look at the experienced players and neither really filled me with confidence moving forward. Lacazette definitely performed better. I don't think Lacazette should have come off. But we've got goal scoring problems. We've got our 2 strikers on the pitch. It's still a problem.
Different game today, though, Turkish, where we're going to be more attacking this game than...
But you play Lacazette up top. Do you think Lacazette gets 2 free goals today?
No, I don't think you get 3 goals.
But Oba potentially can do that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know what you're saying. But what I'm saying is, like last week, I don't really go too much on last week because it was more defensive formation. Today we need to score goals. But as I say, it's an interesting one.
And Pepe back in as well. Pepe brings that last season.
You put Pepe back in?
Yeah, I'll put Pepe back in.
Who do you take out for Pepe then?
Saka.
Ooh.
Again, he's had a tough workload. Nothing against Saka. Tough workload. We've got 2 big away games coming up.
Yeah.
And I want Saka. Yeah, because he hasn't really...
We're in December.
Well, but he hasn't really, since this season started, Saka hasn't really kicked on from the Euros and last season, because I feel like he hasn't really had much time to rest, in my opinion.
Yeah, he hasn't had much of a break.
Even during international breaks, he plays for England. So in my opinion, that's been part of the reason we haven't seen the best Saka yet this season. But for me, Pepe, he came in at the start, he got dropped. When you look at last season, he's our most productive winger/attacking midfielder in terms of goals and assists. We need goals and assists.
You put him on the right then?
Yeah, I put him on the right. When you look at the game we won 1-0 against, was it Burnley, when Pepe had the shot, the keeper saved it and Oba tapped it in? Was that the Burnley game or Norwich game?
Norwich, wasn't it? Norwich, yeah.
Yeah, the other one where Pepe hit the post and then Oba tapped it in. There's another one where Pepe was, I think Pepe won the free kick for one of our goals. So Pepe still this season has produced. His end product is still a problem, but he's doing a bit more than the rest. So I'd give him another go.
Let me get to just a couple of comments there. Alex Smith says, good morning, everyone. I say 2-0 today. Stu Winterton says, last time we played a bottom of the table team, we beat them and went on a run. I'm going to say 4-0 to us, he's saying. Billy says, Don Robbie, why do a car video if you're not going to be at the Emirates today? Well, I am. So just chill, bro. Where our studio is very near to the Emirates, so don't worry.
We were in the Emirates, people. Robbie's going to walk downstairs, the box is there, that's it.
We get a helicopter, don't we? Fly straight into the stadium.
I will be at the Emirates, Lee's going to be there, you're going to be at the Emirates as well today. Kelechi, when you're there at the Emirates, who do you want to see? Do you agree with what Turkish is saying? Pepe, take out Lacazette, bring in Tierney, is what he's saying as well. A few changes there that he's proposing.
I agree because, to be honest, someone like Odegaard, I don't know if he's a number 10 or number 8. I've not seen any creativity from him at all this season. I can't remember any chance. Maybe a game,
He played a lot, has he?
Not the West Brom game where he assisted Saka. That was it. I've not seen anything. When he comes, he just leads the press. That's all he does. So there's a reason why he lost his place to Lacazette. So I won't put him in, to be honest. That's number one.
So you don't think he creates?
No, I don't think he creates now. I've not seen it. Can somebody tell me what he has created? I've not seen it. And I've watched all the games. I've not seen one.
Look, I agree that he hasn't excelled this season.
Exactly.
I agree with that.
So
yeah.
why would I put him back when I see Lacazette holding up play, playing well, linking up play like he said? So why would I want to put Odegaard in? That's my argument.
But how many goals and assists does Laka have?
You too.
No, but he links up play. We can see what he's doing. The
does.
game is flowing. We are under less attack when he's there. You understand? The game is flowing. So I rather have, again, he mentioned Pepe. Pepe is another player that's usually not in the game, but he's a moment player.
Could he play both though today? Could he play Lacazette in that hole and Odegaard alongside Partey? So it would be like,
No.
You don't think?
I think Lokonga should start. And I think I see where he's coming from with Saka, because Saka looks a bit leggy these days. But again, he's always involved in the game. He's involved in the build. He's involved in everything. He crosses the ball. Pepe is not usually in the game, but he always has a moment of brilliance. Crystal Palace, all the games, he nods it across, or just one moment of brilliance and then we'll score, but he's never in the game. So
Kid Emmy saying here, he goes, Odegaard, he thinks Odegaard is underrated, in his opinion.
He played very, very well against Spurs, and I think did he get another little knock or something? This is the trouble with our players. They get injuries, and like Partey today, should he play after his performance last game?
That's true.
You know what I mean?
He was pretty poor last week, but then he's one of your main guys, isn't he?
Yeah, and
you've got to play. There's also the argument sometimes that you've got to play players into form as well.
Yeah, I'd play Partey today with him getting 60, 70 minutes today, so that he's ready for the next 2 games.
The African wants to play before they go for Nations Cup. They need to play their money.
That's if the Nations Cup will even be on with
and to be honest,
strain of thing going around, but that's another matter.
Yeah. And I was speaking to Lee before the game, and Lee was saying this is like a free hit today. So
I'll free hit you, mate. I'll tell you that. Where's my cricket match?
Where's your one coffee?
Bill Sun says I bought Manscaped. Big up to you. And Mohammed says, when will AFTV people realise that Odegaard doesn't bring anything to this team? He doesn't create or assist. He plays backwards, and that's it. Well, I don't think he's had much of a chance. He's still,
the times he has come on,
he's not really played a lot of games.
I understand that, but when he's come on, I've not seen him dictate play or done anything. He leads the press. He can press and chase the ball and do all that. I get that. But any other thing, I've not seen anything, and I'm just trying to be honest.
Played well against Spurs in a 3-1 win. Scored the goal at Burnley for the free kick.
That was the burn, yeah.
So,
and then Aubameyang robbed him of one goal as well.
Aubameyang robbed him of a goal.
Yeah.
So I agree. I understand what people are saying.
I wouldn't mind seeing him. I wouldn't mind seeing him, to be honest.
I think there's more to come from him. I really do.
With players like Odegaard, for me, in my opinion, it's similar to Ozil. They're not bench players that you bring on to change a game. They need to start the game to dictate the game from early. When Ozil used to be on the bench and come off the bench, I knew he's not going to provide nothing. Same way with Odegaard. I don't see him coming on in a difficult game and changing it up. He needs to start to have an impact.
When I look at Odegaard and the game that I remember and what I liked about him, do you remember when we was 3-0 down against West Ham He took the game by the scruff of the neck and got us to a 3-3. He has got to do more of that. He's got to do more of that.
All right, Peter Bissett says Pepe is not a better player for Arsenal. Pepe is a better player, for Arsenal when he isn't playing. As soon as he plays, we remember he isn't good enough. Walcott was more consistent, he said, so he's not having him. MM says Odegaard needs to play. So it's already mixed in there.
You know what it is? Newcastle today,
Ben Hall says, the most consistent scoring striker is playing in the under-23s, named Balogun. Surely it's about time we give him a game time over Christmas.
I agree with that.
But he did play in the first game of the season, and
did he play yesterday?
He looked a little bit out of his depth at that
did he
game.
play yesterday?
Yeah, so he's not going to be involved today.
He's working his way up, and AFC Max says if the lineup is out, can you repeat it, please, Robbie? It's not out yet. It's going to be out in 2 minutes' time. We're here waiting on it.
Against Newcastle, this is the perfect team where you play what you want to play. They're last in the league. They haven't won a game this season. They've conceded a hell of a lot of goals. This is the game I expect to go in and do what you want to do now, Arteta. How you want to set up.
Yeah.
Although they do represent a very good goal threat up front. You know what I mean? In St. Maximan, he's a very dangerous player. Callum Wilson. Last week they scored 3 goals. I know they conceded 3, but they scored 3. And Eddie Howe's going to sort of set them up a bit different.
And he's going to be on the touchline after COVID.
Yeah, he's going to be on the touchline, and they're going to be a more attacking force than we've seen them over recent times. But then that's something that can be exploited by Arsenal, because I don't think their defence and midfield's the greatest in the world. So they are bottom of the league. We've got to remember that. Normally,
there's a reason why they're bottom of the league.
There's a reason why they're bottom of the league, and we do have to exploit that.
Yeah, but the players there are going to play for their contracts and their careers, because it's a big money club. They want to stay on. It would be good to see Joe Willock. Joe Willock, please don't score, please. And they'll be, I'm sure Eddie Howe is out of quarantine now. Good to see him back on. And they'll be playing manager bounce. We have 2 manager bounces.
Yeah, again.
United back to back.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Always
might see a little bit tougher.
Yeah.
Well, it's I just think that we've got to be very respectful in Newcastle, because they are attacking wise. St. Maximan, I'd have St. Maximan at Arsenal.
Yeah, and Callum Wilson is a good striker.
And Callum Wilson is a good striker as well.
Yeah.
So, we can't underestimate them at all. I'm just refreshing here to see if we've got the team yet. Not quite yet.
20 seconds to go.
When you look at the
You
results...
wouldn't know about time with your timekeeping, anyway.
20 seconds to go.
You know when it's coming, yeah?
Yeah, well, that's what I've just been told.
15 to go.
Just about to announce.
When you look at our results so far this season, Burnley, Norwich, Watford, 1-0 wins against teams that set up to stifle us. But then we beat Leicester more convincingly, Tottenham convincingly, Villa convincingly, teams that probably face us thinking we can beat them. So I'm hoping Newcastle come in
that's a good point.
with an attacking philosophy so we can pick them off. So I agree with you. I think they've got problems for us in attack, definitely. St. Maximin, Callum Wilson, you give him a chance, it's a problem. But I think that will play into our hands.
It's on, it's here.
Let's do it.
I do have the team now. This is the team for Arsenal to play Newcastle.
Leno in goal.
In goal, Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, White, Gabriel, and Nuno Tavares starts.
Okay.
Positive.
Shouldn't be a problem.
Thomas Partey and Sambi Lokonga still in there as well. Smith Rowe, Odegaard, Saka, and Aubameyang. So that's no Lacazette.
So that's one drop from the 4-0.
We'll give it to him.
Not bad, innit? Not bad.
Not bad, Turkish. And on the subs bench is Leno, Tierney, Lacazette, Maitland-Niles, Holding, Pepe, Elneny, Eddie Nketiah, and Martinelli. I've also got the Newcastle team. That's Dubravka in goal, Ryan Fraser, Kraft, Lascelles, Shah, Ritchie, John Joe Shelby, Joe Willock, St. Maximan, Joe Linton, and Callum Wilson. So quite attacking up front. They've gone with a very attacking front three of Joe Linton on one side, St. Maximan on the other side, and Callum Wilson. So that will be, the defence is going to have to look after that. But let's get back to the Arsenal team. Odegaard coming in. Happy?
Yeah, I'm happy. It's the game to do it in.
No, you just said, what do you mean?
No, but I support
You just said
every
he don't
player.
create anything.
I support every player. He might be there to press. He might be using an attacking line. He might be there to press. I would have preferred to see Lacazette. That's not. I'm not denying that.
Say what
But
you feel.
if he's there, we support him and we
No,
lose.
we support him, but I'm saying.
I would have loved to see Lacazette.
You just said right about 5 minutes ago that you ain't seen him create
No, you weren't
anything.
Did you answer me?
You
Did you answer the question? Did anybody answer me what
Wait a
that's
minute,
stated
you
here
said
before?
all you've seen him
Nobody
do is
answers. Yeah, so maybe he's there to press. Maybe that's what he's there for. The game plan is different. I don't know. And I know all I know is that Tavares is going to have.
All right, I'll tell you what, if he can press it and come in my shop, I need someone like, you know what I mean?
Is it right? Tavares back in.
I just said I think that's a good thing. I said it like I would have put Tierney in, but I think that he's probably thinking this is more of an attacking game. Get him into this one, but I reckon Tierney will play at
The
Old
strength
Trafford.
is there for that Joe Linton, Callum Wilson, St. Maximin.
We said
That's
You're not worried about match fitness for Tierney, bringing him in from Man
He's had
United?
2 games for Scotland, didn't he? He had those 2 games for Scotland, and he's still training. I think that, you know, there is saying in there. And listen, apart from that mistake, we were talking about this the other day. He done okay, Tavares. He done okay. You know what I mean? So I think that's a positive. That's a manager backing. But what I will say is he hasn't backed Lacazette.
System. Because it happened to Lokonga and Partey.
Yeah.
Palace, and they played the next game together.
Yeah, so I like that. But, you know, it tells me that Lacazette ain't got a future at Arsenal now because we've just lost 4-0. I thought we'd done all right and he's the only player dropped.
Abubakar says, please start Martinelli. Come January, if we sell Laka and Aubameyang goes to AFCON, we will have Balogun up top every game. And as Lee says, it will be a free hit. But
there's no such thing as a free hit.
JV says, rest in peace, Martinelli. I think there's a few people who would like to see Martinelli play. Also, a few people saying that they would have liked to have seen Tierney in. Kenneth says Odegaard should not have started. Laka and Tierney should have started in the 11. And Tavares, RK05 says, Tavares has been on good form. We shouldn't be trying to get rid of him. Shouldn't be trying to get rid of his playing time.
When you have 2 good players in a position, that's part and parcel of a big club. So you need to have that.
He made 1 mistake, but I tell you what is a good thing about that. In my thing, that Sambi made a couple of mistakes, took him off, but what he's done, he said, "Look, you've had a bad day that day, but you go again." I think that ain't a bad thing. You know what I mean? With youngsters, if you're going to bring in youngsters and play them, you can't drop them just because they've had 1 mistake or whatever. They're going to make mistakes. So I think it's a positive thing from that, and I do think that come those next 2 games that he'll probably look for a bit more experience in there. Like,
I guess and you called for Odegaard right at the start. Do you think that the fault is, as well as the creativity, is that pressing? That their weakness is defence, right? So you don't want to give that defence of Newcastle any time on the ball, and you don't want to give that midfield any time.
Yeah.
And Odegaard brings that energy and that pressing.
That's what I said.
Along with Smith Rowe.
Yeah.
good point.
Yeah, he does.
Midfield.
It's not what I said.
No, you said-
He's what I said.
He said
don't start. You said don't start. Is what he said.
It's okay. You see that?
You said don't start him.
It's okay.
Don't start him.
He said, "Don't start on the game. He's done nothing."
Yeah, he ain't done nothing.
Nothing.
You're hyping it. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, you said he ain't done nothing.
It's okay.
If he scores today, I'll tell you what. If he scores today, you make sure you bring a drink back for everybody in this room.
I said I'm not seeing any creativity. That's what I said. I'm not seeing any creativity, but he brings the press. That's what I said.
But going back to that, do you think?
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Not only Odegaard, but Emil Smith Rowe and Saka. Coming into the season, we saw that 3 behind the striker as young, vibrant, full of energy. And it's their chance again.
I will say this, we're all bigging up Turkish because he got, he said about Odegaard and that. But he did say leave out Saka, and I do believe Saka's playing. I just want to get
he did.
I just need to say that. Like, it's not, you ain't having it all your own way today.
Cool.
Richard Stamp makes a very good point. He says Newcastle plan is to stop us from playing out of the back. And when you look at that St. Maximin, Joe Linton, Callum Wilson, them 3 will be pressing on. I don't know if they're the greatest pressers of the ball, but they're very dynamic when they get the ball. That's one thing. Right, let's get predictions. Let's start with hat-trick for Odegaard, maybe.
Amen. Yes, please. That's what I want to see a victim. Our last 2 home games weren't that convincing, not as much as we did. Okay, so 3-1 to the house.
3-1. Okay.
Well, I think our creativity has gone down the hill now, like without Lacazette. We're going to struggle for goals now. You know, Odegaard coming in, it's going to be a tough game now, like, you know. So 2-0 to the Arsenal.
2-0, yeah, clean sheet as well. I said 3-1 before the lineup. I'm going to say 3-0 after the lineup. So 3-0.
Why?
I'm confident in it.
Why 3-0 after the lineup? What in the lineup has made you feel?
Odegaard is key to the pressing up top and what we just talked about. In terms of, listen, his creativity, I agree with Kelechi. He hasn't brought enough creativity to the side yet, but what he has brought is leadership in the attacking positions. He's brought character, and he's brought someone that can grab the game by the scruff of the neck. He hasn't done it enough, but we have seen him do it. He's only 23 years of age, so that to me is key.
Okay, I'm going 3-1 as well. I think it could be, you know, I'm not sure if we'll keep a clean sheet, but I can see...
Will the rain play a factor today?
I can see some goals.
Will the rain play a factor, the rain?
The snow. It might even snow, you never know.
How many players are going to wear gloves? That's a good thing to say.
Yeah, that's true.
And snoops.
But you know, Tierney ain't wearing no.
Tierney won, Odegaard won.
Nah.
Tavares will wear gloves.
Tavares will wear gloves. I reckon Aubameyang as well. I'm going to go
Aubameyang will definitely wear gloves.
Smith Rowe won.
Nah.
Couple of comments here just before we go, a couple of super chats here. Shref says, what's common between Lucas Podolski and Martinelli? Lack of opportunity. This is a great game for us to start him, but we start Aubameyang. Why? 2-0 to Arsenal. Well, because Aubameyang has got an unbelievable goal scoring record. And I'm sorry, we're not like 6 points clear at the top of the table, playing the bottom. We need to win this game. This is a game, this is about winning games. So, you know, I don't think it's like...
If Aubameyang doesn't do it neither, then
no, you can bring on, but I don't think this is a game you look at and say, oh, it's Newcastle, let's play Martinelli.
No.
We need to win this game. We need to get back on track. We've got some difficult games coming up after this. Man United away with the Ragnick in charge now. They might get their little bounce. Even this game, they might get a little bounce. First one, Eddie Howe's going to be on the touchline. So this is a big game. We need to win this game. And AFC Max says, big up to everyone on the panel. As Turkish would say, love for the love. And I think that's where we're going to cut it there. Don't forget, you want to run through the team again? All right, I'll give you the team once again, seeing as Brennan didn't hear it.
I thought he was...
No, he did hear it.
I thought we was moving the field.
He did hear it. But I'm going to run through the team again. This is the Arsenal team. Ramsdale in goal, Tomiyasu, Ben White, Gabriel, Tavares, a midfield of Partey, Sambi Lokonga, Smith Rowe, Odegaard, and Saka, and Aubameyang. And then on the bench is Leno, Tierney, Lacazette, Maitland-Niles, Holding, Pepe, El Neni, Nketiah, and Martinelli. And the Newcastle team is Dubravka in goal, Fraser, Kraft, Lascelles, Shah, Matt Ritchie, John Joe Shelby, Joe Willock, Alan St. Maximan, Joe Linton, and Callum Wilson. Don't forget, doing a watch along right here in the studio. Turkish is going to be here hosting that. We're going to be at the game. Kelechi's at the game. Lee's at the game. I'm at the game. So after the game, we're going to be interviewing fans as we always do. Also, don't forget, straight afterwards, you guys can send in your videos as well to tell us what you made of the game as well. So make sure you get that into the full-time show. You can be sending that into the number. They'll be advertising that across the screen during the watch-along. So keep it locked here. Only place to be when it comes to match days is here on AFTV. We're going to give you a complete rundown of everything that's going on. But let's hope it's a big win today for Arsenal. Let's get back on track after last week with a big win against Newcastle, and then hopefully put our feet up for the rest of the weekend. Hopefully. All right. So looking forward to the game, and we'll see you very soon.